Did you know that the Dallas Cowboys were originally going to be called the Steers? Imagine cheering "Go Steers." Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it? And if they were called the Steers, would their fans be called the Steer Leaders? Welcome to the world of football, where the unexpected often becomes the reality. Take the Dallas Cowboys for instance. This season has been a roller coaster ride, filled with heart-stopping moments and nail-biting finishes. And the recent game against the Philadelphia Eagles? Now that was a revelation. The Cowboys, like the tough cattle breed they're named after, showed their mettle, dominating the first half and leaving the Eagles flapping in their wake. Now let's dive into the recent game where the Cowboys showed their might against the Eagles. The Dallas Cowboys kicked off with a bang, netting points on their initial 4 possessions and surging ahead with a 24-6 lead. It was a testament to their grit, strategic acumen, and an insatiable desire to win. Dak Prescott, the Cowboys quarterback, was undoubtedly the star of the show. His performance was an exhibition par excellence, amassing 271 passing yards and a couple of touchdowns. But Prescott was throwing the ball like he was playing darts at a bar, and the Eagles were the bullseye. I guess when you're that good, you don't need a dartboard to hit the dynamism of Prescott wasn't the only strength. The Cowboys' offensive line stood sturdy, providing Prescott with the requisite shield to conduct his masterpiece of passes. Then there's Tony Pollard, who with his 59 rushing yards, added another dimension of threat to the Cowboys' offense. Every player seemed to be in rhythm, offering their individual inputs to the early dominance of the team. With such a robust beginning, the Cowboys were well on their way to etching a victory for the history books. The Eagles, on the other hand, were struggling with 3 turnovers and only managing to score a touchdown in the third quarter. It was like they were playing on the field as if they had left their wings at home, a bird without flight. Their performance was a series of ups and downs, a struggle to find their footing against a dominant Cowboys team. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles quarterback, was a shining light amidst the struggle. He showcased his skill and determination, managing to rack up 197 passing yards. But even Hurts's commendable efforts couldn't fully turn the tide for the Eagles. DeAndre Swift, the Eagles running back, also had a tough on the field, rushing for only 39 yards. The Eagles receivers, led by A.J. Brown with 9 receptions for 94 yards, fought hard, but were constantly up against a strong Cowboys defense. Darius Slay, with 4 tackles and 3 pass deflections, and Fletcher Cox, with 3 tackles, 1 sack and 1 forced fumble, were the key figures on the Eagles' defense. Yet they couldn't completely stifle the Cowboys' prowess. In spite of their struggles, the Eagles did not back down. They fought for every yard, every point, demonstrating a spirit of resilience and tenacity. Despite their struggles, the Eagles were still putting up a fight. As the game progressed, the Cowboys' dominance continued, resulting in a final score of 33-13. The Cowboys' performance was a testament to their prowess on the playing field. Key plays and standout moments punctuated the game, highlighting the team's strength and determination. Tony Pollard, with his quick feet and deft maneuvering, powered through the Eagles' defense to amass 59 rushing yards. His efforts were instrumental in cementing the Cowboys' lead. Jake Ferguson too made his mark, pulling in 5 receptions for 72 yards. His agility and precision were on full display as he deftly caught pass after pass. It's like Ferguson was catching passes as if they were hot potatoes. Hot flying football-shaped potatoes, that is. That sure gives new meaning to the phrase, "too hot too," doesn't it? Moving on, this contributed significantly to the Cowboys' impressive scoreline. On the defensive end, Stephon Gilmore and Donovan Wilson put up a strong front. Gilmore, with his 9 tackles, was a formidable barrier that the Eagles struggled to penetrate. Wilson, with his 5 tackles and 1 forced fumble, added to the Eagles' woes, disrupting their offensive efforts and contributing to the Cowboys' dominance. The game's conclusion was a testament to the Cowboys' tenacity and skill. Their victory was not just a win, but a declaration of their status as a force to be reckoned in the NFC East. With this victory, the Cowboys and the Eagles now share a 10-3 record and are tied for first place in the NFC East with the San Francisco 49ers. So, to sum it all up, in a thrilling matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, the Cowboys came out on top with a fantastic score of 33-13. The Cowboys made their presence felt right from the get-go, scoring on their first 4 possessions. Dak Prescott, the Cowboys quarterback, had an impressive game with 271 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, while Tony Pollard's 59-yard run added to their dominance. On the Eagles' side, Jalen Hurts tried to keep the fight with 197 passing yards, and DeAndre Swift's 39-yard run gave the Eagles a glimmer of hope. However, the Eagles struggled with turnovers and discipline, which ultimately cost them the game. This game has significant implications for the NFC East standings. Both the Eagles and the Cowboys now share a 10-3 record, tying for first place along with the San Francisco 49ers. This makes the upcoming games critical for all three teams, as they vie for the top spot and a better position in the playoffs. With this thrilling game, the Cowboys have proven that they are a force to be reckoned with. Until next time, keep cheering Go Cowboys and not Go Steers. And remember, it's always better to be a cowboy than a steer. Unless you're in a china shop, then it's probably best to leave the cowboy hat at home.